guys, welcome back. My name is Dee Dee with Starcrafted Blend, and today we're going to be doing screen printing. I have to tell you, I did record a video yesterday doing this. I was doing it for the very first time with you guys, but yesterday was such a bad day when I went to, let me fix my camera here. When I went to edit the video, I was so flustered all day yesterday. Maybe I'll include some of it in this video, but I was so flustered yesterday that editing was taking forever. So I thought I'd just redo the video just so you can see. This is what I made yesterday. First time ever doing screen printing. Was not liking it at all. But then when it turned out okay, except for this little bleed here, I was like, okay, maybe I'll give this another try. So there's that. So let me show you what I have today for the screen print. I have a piece of cardboard. If you're doing this on a t-shirt, you can just use cardstock, just put it in between. I'm doing this on this table, so I'm just going to put it on the table underneath. Let me move my mat here. I have a stencil that I made on my Cricut, just a Halloween stencil. Same thing I did with this one. And then I'm not doing it on a t-shirt. I got these little fabric swatches, probably for quilting, but I'm just going to use it for this. I got these on Amazon. I will go ahead and put a link below. Let's go ahead and use this one today. I'm curious how it's going to turn out on white. I got these just for practicing the screen printing, and then once I feel comfortable with it, I will then probably upgrade my screen and start doing t-shirts and bags and things like that. But I don't want to do it until I'm comfortable with it. So this is the screen that I have. It is washed. I did wash it yesterday, but some of the ink stained. But I was watching a video, and her name is Corinne, I believe. I'll link her channel below. She's the reason why I wanted to try screen printing. So I will link her channel below. She's got great tutorials on there. So definitely check her channel out as well. But this was just a starter kit, also found on Amazon. Let me show you. This is the kit. It comes with 3 different inks, your screen, and your squeegee. So, and I think it was like something like $14 or something. I will also put a link to that below. Let me grab the ink here. This is the ink that it comes with. Today we're going to use the black, but it comes with blue and also a red. And then you're also going to need some painter's tape. I was looking for painter's tape, and I saw this tape on Amazon as well, and I got it. So I will put a link to this tape below, because you can never have enough painter's tape, right, for a lot of crafts. So let me go ahead and put those away. Again, we're going to use the black today. I have my stencil. On top of my stencil, I have, I might have cut it too close, but I have my transfer tape. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn our screen over. So we're on the back of the screen. And we're going to go ahead and peel off. I might need I've already done all the weeding, and I lost some of the eyes on the ghost and a window here and there. I'm not going to worry too much about that because, again, this is just a test. If I really, really love how it turns out, then I'll probably go back in and make another one and make sure I have all the little pieces that are supposed to be there. But I'm just removing the protective cover off the vinyl. Give me a second. This might take a minute. All right, guys. Sorry that took me a little bit longer than I expected. So I got it peeled off and I lost a few more windows and stuff. But again, I'm not going to worry about it for this project because I know when I peel off the transfer tape, I'm going to lose them again. But you can go back in, get them off of there, and just put them back where they're supposed to go. I don't think it really matters for this project, but if you are making something specific like a bag or something that you need all the details on, then you definitely want to go back in and grab the pieces that came off. So I'm just gonna go ahead and place a couple of them. Like I said, once I remove that transfer tape, I know that these are gonna come off again. I had also lost a face on one of the pumpkins that I did put back, and I'm just gonna go ahead and take this one off, and maybe we'll just put them up here so that this one has the windows as well. So instead of 4, they're just going to have 2. And this one was also supposed to have little ones up here at the top, but yeah, they came off. And let me grab one more. Almost sneezed right in your ears. I'm going to try not to do that. Okay, if I do, I will pause. Okay. And I know I'm going to fight with this again on the transfer tape, but projects are projects and sometimes they're frustrating, but so far this is going 100 times better than yesterday. And yesterday the frustration had nothing to do with the screen print. It had to do with the fact that I had a soda explode all over what I was doing and had to create the stencil a couple times. And then it just went downhill from there. But anyway, let's go ahead. So here's our stencil. We're just going to go ahead and place it, the transfer tape up. So we're going to place it face down on our screen. Try to get it as centered as possible. Like so. And then we're going to take our squeegee, and I think they call this varnishing. I think that's what I heard in the video. I could be wrong, so if I'm wrong, please correct me. Oops, I lost an eye on that pumpkin. Oh well, it's fine. I lost the mouth on that one. So we'll just go ahead and keep going. But you're just going to want to varnish it, whatever it's called, really well to get it attached to your screen. And then once we've got it fully attached, which that looks good. I wish I had my light here, but that looks pretty good to me. Then we're going to turn it over and we're going to remove the transfer tape. Now I know I'm going to run into more problems when I remove the transfer tape, so I'm going to go ahead and pause this, but you're just going to peel off the transfer tape that we put it on, and I will probably link some of this in there so you can see the steps that I did prior to getting here to this point. So, all right, guys, it did take me a little bit. I did lose some little pieces. I think I replaced the ones that I really want on there. Also, you might see it getting bright and dark and bright and dark. The sun keeps going behind clouds, so I turned on some lights in here. Hopefully that helps for you to see. So I'm going to go ahead and out of the way. And then now we've got it attached to our screen. We're going to go ahead and flip it back over and varnish it again. And I'm going to focus on the parts that I actually had to reattach, just to make sure that they are fully attached. Okay. I had to make a whole new mouth for the last pumpkin because I don't know where it went. But that's okay. All right, I'm just going to... Yesterday, when I made the other one, now I'm not sure where I set it, but I had a little bleed. I don't know where. Everything was right here. Anyway, I had a little bleed on one of the letters. I would like to avoid that if at all possible. And also, I would do this in different colors. I'm not going to today, maybe another time. But I'd like to do the pumpkins orange, and I'd like to do the moon yellow, and the witch, I don't know, green and purple. I don't know. The ghosts, I'd like to do white. But I'm not going to focus on that right now. We're just going to go ahead and see if this works. So I feel like there's some bubbles over here. Okay, go back over again. And then I want to make sure that I go like around the tree and around the moon like that. Okay. So I think I've got it. I hope I've got it. So this is the back. And I'm just looking. Oh, there's a bubble right there. Look at that. Okay. So I think I've got most of them. There's one there. I don't want to push too hard, but I want to get the bubbles out. So we might have some bleed in those areas, just because it doesn't want to get the bubble out. Oh, there's some over here too. I knew I heard one over here. Okay. Now that I've been a little OCD about this, we're going to go ahead and move on, even though I would sit here all day and work out bubbles just because that's the OCD in me. I'm not going to. I'm really not going to. Okay, so we may have a little bleed because I did see a couple bubbles, but I'm going to let it go. Let it go. And then what you want to do is you want to take your painter's tape, and anywhere that you see a gap, like I have a little gap between the frame and the vinyl here. Let me look through the sun. And there's a little gap on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and take my tape, and I'm just going to put it right over the gap I saw here. You can use your fingers, you can use your squeegee, whatever's easiest. I'm going to go ahead and get that gap covered. And then, like I said, there was one over here. Helps to hold it up to the light or the sun or whatever. And we're going to go ahead and just get that gap covered. Okay. Let me check the gaps again. 1 second. All right, so that is it. I got lucky that time. Yesterday, gaps all over. Used a ton of painter's tape, but today it turned out pretty good. So our next step is going to be, if, like I said, if it's a t-shirt, you're going to want to put a cardboard or a piece of cardstock inside, and then put your t-shirt over the top. Since mine is not a t-shirt, I'm just going to set it right on my cardboard. This is not the ink that I've seen being used in the videos. Usually it comes in a tub. A lot of the ink that I've seen in the videos I've been watching is from Speedball, the maker Speedball, and they have some screens. They have everything. So I didn't get that one. Like I said, I will put a link to the one I did get. But if I enjoy doing this, I may look at investing in others. But right now I have plenty of ink. I have 3 colors of ink. I have all this fabric. So if I don't enjoy doing it, I'll probably finish using the materials that I bought, and then I'll move on to something else and go back to resin or crocheting or knitting. Things that I know how to do. Well, crocheting and knitting I know how to do. Resin I'm still learning. I do have another resin video coming out very soon. So I've got it placed on my fabric, and I'm trying to make it as straight as possible, but it's hard to tell. What we're going to do now, I'm just going to go ahead and turn it this way because that'll be easier for me. And make sure, okay, I do have my rag nearby. So we're just going to put the ink across the top like that. Okay. And then we're going to take our squeegee, and I may need more ink, but we're going to take our squeegee, hold down your frame and pull it down. Oh yeah, we're going to need more ink. Oh, maybe not. It's good if you can do it in one stroke, but I'm not that good. All right, so we're going to go over it again, and then I'm going to turn my squeegee, and I'm going to go up. Okay, then I'm going to turn my squeegee again, go back down, and again, having OCD, not a good thing when you're doing this because you want to sit and do it all day. I'm not going to. I don't think I'm going to. I'm just making sure that I got all the pieces. And then when you're using a shirt or something, you can easily hold the corner of the shirt and lift up. We are not using a shirt, so I have to be very careful when I lift it up. So I'm going to lift slowly grab the corner of my fabric and pull up. Oh, that turned out okay. There's our little Halloween screen print. That was pretty easy, actually. I don't know why I make things so hard. I didn't get enough ink down here at the bottom, but that's okay. I kind of like that look. So we have our little Halloween screen print, and all the bleeding I thought we were going to get from the bubbles I was seeing, we didn't get. I probably would have gone over or added a little more ink just to make the trees stand out, fill that in. But this is a good one. This turned out okay. So I'm happy with it. And if I knew where I set my other one, we'd compare first and second try. But the other thing I wanted to mention is after you do the screen print, you want to clean your screen while it's still dry or wet. You want to clean your screen while the paint is still wet. This is a water-based paint, so you can just go ahead and rinse it right in the sink. It's not going to be harmful to anything. So I'm going to go clean this and I will be right back. All right, so I've gone ahead and cleaned my screen. There is staining on the screen, but as you saw from the one that I did yesterday, again, if I could find it, we'd compare. But the one I did yesterday, there was still a little staining on the screen. Didn't affect this one at all. So we did go ahead and finish. That's what it looks like. I hope you can see it. All right, so that was it for our screen printing today. If you guys want to see more, leave me a comment below. I may upgrade the screen, get a bigger screen. I don't know. I'm still on the fence about screen printing, but it's really cool. It is really cool. I think my biggest headache with the screen printing is weeding, weeding the vinyl, but that's just me. Everything else is pretty simple. So we'll see if we do any more of these videos. And if you have any suggestions, any questions, anything you'd like to see, let me know. Keep an eye out for the next resin video. And also we will be doing an update on the blanket that I'm working on. I'm going to put the links to all of the tools that I used in the description below. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.